Let us go for learning the next chapter, that is 12th chapter. Title of the chapter is Atoms, and for our board examinations from this chapter you can get around 5 marks. See, let us have a talk on chapter Atoms, where you can be learning about many things about the atoms, like what atom is, what actually the definition of atom is, how do atoms looks like, what it consists of, and who are the scientists given different atomic models. All this complete information will be learned in this present chapter, Atoms. See here, always it will be very interesting for every one of us to learn about the micro things than about macro things. See, learning about the atom is nothing but you are concentrating very deep about something which is not visible to our naked eye. So how do scientists got the idea to say some models regarding the structure of atom, and what are the basic milestones in the history of atomic models, and what are the very famous atomic models? If you observe that facts, the one important information what I want to share here is that there were so many scientists who said many models, but I can say very fundamental, very important models are first proposed model, that is Thomson's atomic model, and Rutherford model, and Bohr's model. Got my point here? Thomson's model, then Rutherford model, and then Bohr's model were the three important atomic models. According to our board syllabus, according to our inside textbook syllabus, we are here to learn about those three models. And here, actually the present definition which known to every one of us is that what? Atom is defined somehow like the basic unit of matter that consists of a dense central nucleus surrounded by a cloud of negatively charged electrons is what we call as atom. Right, at present we know this is the definition, but to give this definition, some great struggle happened in the history. That is what we are going to see now, one by one. See, the present view of the atom means, for any science student, you have to be aware of this kind of imagination over the atom. Like this is somehow we call as a nucleus, a positively charged dense region within the atom is what we call as a nucleus. It is centrally localized within the atom, and if you go for this is the boundary of the atom, and this is what we call with the name electron cloud. I mean the nucleus got surrounded by some electron cloud. See, over the head of a pin, if you take a small pin, over the head of the pin itself you can imagine some millions of atoms. You can imagine the size of the atom, such a smaller thing. And if you go for measuring the size of the nucleus, then you imagine it will be extremely very smaller than the size of the atom. Got my point here? So, for measuring the atomic sizes or nuclear sizes, we don't employ the units like meters, centimeters. We have some special unit called with the name Fermi. Its value is 10 to the power of minus 15 meters. Even we can call it as a fermion. So, usually we go for utilizing the unit Fermi for measuring the distances, or for measuring the atomic scale distances or atomic sizes or nuclear sizes. Even for idea I can say one thing, like if you imagine this nucleus as a cricket ball, you know the radius of the atom will be almost around 5 kilometers. This is what the actually structure of atom is. If this is the nucleus, you know for what radius the atom can be extended, of 5 kilometers. Imagine that great vast space will be there for the purpose of fitting the electron cloud. This is what actually atom is. Okay, and now who discovered this nucleus, and for which scientist this idea of existence of nucleus got to his mind, and who proposed this electron cloud distribution? Did they got initially the idea of saying that electrons are revolving in the particular orbits, or I mean, like how do that progression happen in the development of atomic models? If you observe, so once if you observe the history of atom, see for the first time, who said or who coined the term atom? You know, it is in 500 BC. Democritus said about the word atom, meaning what? Uncuttable. I mean, the matter consists of uncuttable things which are said to be as atoms. Even in our ancient Indian philosophy, our people said atom as with the name Paramanu, which means that which cannot be further divided into parts. So, philosophically, many people said many things about the atom, but scientifically, for the first time, proposed atomic model is J.J. Thomson's atomic model, we simply call as Thomson's model. You know, in 1897, he is the discoverer of electron. After his discovery of electron, immediately he said something about the structure of atom with his own model, and it has its own drawbacks. And what this is, we are going to learn in the further sessions. And thereafter, in 1909, one more important model is the Rutherford model. See, it is a very important model which helps us to know about what structure of atom is. It is so important atomic model. Why? Because with this model itself, we came to know the existence of a nucleus. And afterwards, again in 1912, a very important atomic model proposed by Niels Bohr with his name Bohr's atomic model. Afterwards, many contributions were there with many different scientists, and at present we fitted or we concluded that at present we follow the quantum mechanical model of the atom. So, in this chapter, we focus more on Thomson's model, Rutherford model, and Bohr's model, and we don't go for further extensions till quantum mechanical model. According to our syllabus, we confine the discussion for these three models, right? And see, just we initiate the Thomson's first model, that is a plum pudding model, and thereafter we focus more on Rutherford's atomic model. What is his alpha ray scattering experiment? That and all we are going to learn in detail everything about Rutherford model. And thereafter, we focus more and more on Bohr's atomic model. So, learning Rutherford model, Bohr's model will be complete mostly 90% of the chapter is. So, this is what the introduction for this present chapter atoms.